What's up, YouTube? It's John Talks here with another episode of John Talks TV. Now, before we get into it, if you could like and subscribe, it would be much appreciated by me. I'll wait. Let's get into it. All right, so how are the Pistons going to topple the Central Division? How are they going to topple the Bucks? How are they going to take down Cleveland, the Pacers, and the Bulls? I know a lot of you guys are out there are saying, John, the Pistons are a young team. They don't even really have anybody notable. They have a bunch of washed up players. There's no way that they topple the Bucks. There's no way that they win the Central Division. I think you're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to go through a few rosters and I'm going to highlight a few things. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's start with this. My number one reason is that the Pistons are better than people think. Look at the Pistons roster. Let's just go through it. Starting with the starting point guard, Killian Hayes, who they project to be an impact player. If Killian Hayes can put 15 to 20 points on the board, I think we can go deep. I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm just saying I think we can go deep if he can put 15 to 20 points on the board. Now, if he can put 15 to 20 on the board and Derrick Rose can come behind him and score 19, 20, then you're into something serious. Let's keep it going. At the two guard, I think, honestly, we can end up playing Darrell Wright. I like Darrell Wright, and I want to play I would like to see Sekou Ndombele and Sadiq Bey on the floor at the same time. Yes, I like the length. I like, hopefully, the shooting. And honestly, if those guys can come in too, I think we saw Pascal Siakam in his second year. And I know a lot of people have been comparing Sekou Ndombele to Siakam. Now, I don't want to say he is Siakam, but I know a lot of people were saying that. I didn't personally think he had that good of a rookie season. And honestly, he's got something to prove, man. These guys have got something to prove. That's what I've been trying to tell people. These guys cannot come out there and show shit. They cannot go out there and blow ass. Killian Hayes cannot go out there and start fucking up, man. Now, I hate to go back to it, but in the words of Sada Baby, we could have picked Cole Anthony. So, if Killian Hayes does not go out there and ball, my God, it's going to be a problem. Going to be a serious problem. We also need Blake Griffin to ball. We need Isaiah Stewart to ball. We need all these guys to ball. Let's move on. I thought this was an important point to make. I think basically the only team, and I think a lot of people would agree with this, that is really solidified in this division is Milwaukee. Nobody else is that dominant that they're unbeatable. The Bulls can go down. The Pacers can go down. Cleveland is already down. Detroit has been down. So we're not really fighting for anything but really for the 2 spot, because everybody's kind of solidified that Milwaukee's number 1. So I think that takes us to a pretty big jump where you say, man, maybe something could happen, because you say there's 5 teams, but really 3 of them are guaranteed to be not really that good, and 3 of them are going to fall in the bottom 5 of the division, and they're going to be bad because they don't really have what other teams have, like a Giannis or a Kawhi Leonard. We're talking about the Pacers or the Pistons or the Bulls or Cleveland. So that's your choice. Now, I think you guys saw my video on Patrick Williams. I think he's a good player. I just don't know if he's going to be the impact player that they need to win the games necessary to get over that hump. Lauri Markkanen is not the guy. I'm sorry, guys. I've seen enough to say he's probably not the next Dirk that you guys wanted, and you guys should probably be looking for a trade for him. But you guys have got to get wins somehow, and you guys got to get them quick, man, because people are tired of this shit. People in Detroit are tired of this shit. But my last point is I just see a lot of questions in these rosters, and I want to go through it. Tell me if you see the same questions. Lauri Markkanen, Patrick Williams, Kobe White. Just that right there. That's a lot of questions. I don't have a lot of questions about Wendell Carter or Zach LaVine. I think they're ballers. Ballers. You heard what I said. Indiana. I think Brogdon is a good player. I think Warren is a good player. I don't know what Stanley's going to be. I think Turner needs to step it up. Oladipo needs to step it up in that superstar level. I don't know if they're going to take that next step. There's too many questions. And lastly, Cleveland, who I think has the most questions. And I'm going to start with Andre Drummond since I was a Pistons fan. I am a Pistons fan. I know all about him, man. And I know that, you guys are either trying to trade him away or trying to figure out a way to get rid of him, man, because he has no jumper. And you're going to realize you're going to have to take him off the court against people like Joel Embiid who actually have a real offensive game. He gets tortured. He is not a good player. And Isaac Okoro, there's questions there. We haven't seen him on the court yet. Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, I think there's still questions there too as well. So small forward spot, there's going to be questions as well. So there's tons of questions we got to get answered. If you guys agree with me, if you guys think the Pistons can somehow, I think, be number 2 in this division, or if you think they can be 1 and somehow beat out Milwaukee. Now, this doesn't mean that they're going to beat them in the playoffs. I just mean that they could win the division, that they could get more wins. I don't know, because that Milwaukee roster with bringing in Drew Holiday and they got Torrey Craig and they got all these weapons and shooters around, it's going to get tough. It's going to get tough. And I'm not saying that the Pistons are better than them, so don't anybody in the comment section start bullshitting. Just like the video and subscribe. I love you guys. Thank you.